What's up guys, Josh here from Missing Mango, and I wanted to kind of continue from that PVM tips video I did last week. I thought I'd talk a bit about learning to boss, because we've all done new bosses for the first time and had no idea what we're doing, but every boss you just got to get used to, really learn all the techniques, and then soon really you'll be able to do it easily. Because that actually happened to me recently with Calfight King, because I'd never done it before until this month really. I'd never tried it. I'd seen live streams about it. On the first day I watched the Rune Shark live stream about the KK, but I never actually done it before. And the thing is, even if you watch guides about it, it's nothing like actually doing the boss. Because the amount of Jad guides I watched before doing it, it really doesn't help you enough. Because when you actually get in there, your heart's racing, you're low on supplies, you just want to get the Jad done. It's your first fire cape and you're panicking, and the guide doesn't prepare you for that. It tells you how to do it, but you still actually got to get used to it. And now I haven't actually done many fire capes, but it's really not hard anymore. Once you've done it a couple of times, then it's pretty easy. But yeah, getting back to KK, I started, first time I ever did it was this month, I think, and I went with a pretty good team. It was a guy in my clan, he had his team, they were there and I asked to go, and I went with him. And I would say the most important thing when learning a boss is tanking. And you should all, the good thing about tanking is you don't really need good gear. For KK you can tank in Bandos or Gano, that's fine, as long as you have an arcane and a whip, that's perfectly fine. But I would recommend, if you're doing a new boss, you always want to tank. That is the best way to learn it, hands down. I tanked for 2 hours and I learned the boss completely in that time, and now I can do KK so easily. So definitely, whenever you do a boss, just offer to tank if there's not one, or just something like that, because tanking is definitely the best way to learn a boss, I would say. So yeah, that first night I tanked it, and then you learn all the prayers, you learn all the different phases. I learned when to run for the mage phase, when to provoke back, stuff like that. And that really helps you, because when you're attacking, you don't really have to worry about all of that stuff at the same time. Because when you're tanking, you got to eat, you got to check your prayer, you got to provoke, make sure you're only being attacked. You got to watch out for all the minions and all of that. But when you're attacking, it doesn't really matter if your prayer drops, because nothing's actually on you. It doesn't really matter if you're that low health, because you're not getting attacked. You're just worrying about one thing at a time, which is doing damage. So it's very easy to attack, but tanking will teach you everything you need to know about that boss in a very short amount of time. So I definitely, if you're doing any new boss, or just in general, if you're not really sure about a boss that much, then just tank, because you'll learn its attacks, you'll learn how hard it can hit, and it really helps when you're doing that boss. Because even at Bandos, when they update it, you got to relearn some of the hits and all of that. So I tanked when me and Michael were duoing pretty much every time, because I had soul split at that point and he didn't, and so I learned his max hits. I knew if how low I could get on HP before I could get comboed and died. So it's definitely really useful to learn to tank and be able to tank. And like I said, it's really easy, because once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy to tank as well. But it's also very cheap to do it, because especially at KK, you're purely there for tanking, you're not there for damage. So you really, a chaotic would help, even a Trigor, but a lot of teams will probably accept a whip, to be quite honest. And first time I was there, I just tanked with Gano, whip and arcane, and that was perfectly fine. So yeah, definitely recommend tanking. And also you kind of do, you don't really need that good of stats as well, because I would say with most bosses, if you're tanking, you're going to be using an overhead, like a protection prayer or a deflect prayer rather than soul split. So even if you're just using like protect melee, you only need 43 prayer for that, so we're not really looking at massive stats needed to do that kind of stuff. It's mostly like if you're attacking, you're kind of expected, like at KK, you're really going to want your Turmoil and your Dual Dragors, and even Void I guess would help, but that might change with the rebalance of armor coming this month, so that's not as important. But yeah, I'd definitely say tank, just learn to tank any boss. It will help you so much. It also gives you pretty good skill for that boss. It's a lot better than attacking. It's probably a bit more interesting as well, because like you're actually being attacked, you're sort of in the main bit of the fight, so that can make a boss a bit more fun as well. So that is definitely the way to go. I think, just a bit off topic, it would be nice if they introduced some more roles to bossing. So maybe like there's a tank, then you've got to have maybe a guy who melees, a guy who ranges, and a guy who mages, and then maybe you need like a guy who heals as well. I don't really know how that would work, but maybe something like abilities that heal people around you, or I think in dungeoneering, if you use a food on someone, it heals them, so something like that maybe. That would be quite cool. But I mean, they've kind of got that element in Calfight King where you need someone to provoke to save the tank, so that's quite a cool aspect, but maybe they could increase that further. And or maybe they like need people, make a boss where you have to tribrid and stuff, because like maybe they will pray melee for one phase and then pray range the next and pray mage the last, so you have to bring different styles. You can't just kill it with one throughout. So that could be quite interesting in the future if they release something like a boss like that. But yeah, so just go over that quickly again. Just learn to tank, best skill for bossing that you could have, I'd say. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you later.